Otherwise, sure, let's grab the longsword for now. I don't see me switching to it in the immediate future, but at some point that could very well be beneficial. Switch out the venom for electrocution here, and then do I want to go back in? I'm worried about the whites surrounding the stairs, so probably the best idea is to swap over to another locale, and fantastic. Really struggling to resist the urge to make explicit jokes on the abbreviation for Coglin Chaos Knight. Hey now, what could possibly be inappropriate about a little bit of cock between friends, you know? Nothing dirty about it, just a simple fact of the matter, of course. A book of battle. You know, I was gonna be dismissive, but maybe not the worst option for us here. We could end up throwing a little bit of utility in here or there, you know, spicing things up. Let's definitely split up our little group here. You were sad when they removed the Hilloric monk, but they made up for it with this. As long as we have some kind of abbreviation that has a double entendre built in there, then we're happy campers. You know, we asked for very little here. Dagger of Draining. Wow, I keep getting just a slew of offhand options. Oh, I should definitely be more careful against a Hornet. Yikes. Well, let's hope that we can get off the Paralyze on You. A taste of your own medicine, I believe, is what the folks in the business call that little move. Yikes. Well, definitely could have been a bit more intelligent about that, but as we never get punished for any of our terrible decision making, why should it be any different here today? Fantastic. But just keep on keeping on. +2 pair of boots. Now that definitely shores up some more of our defenses. Being up to 19 armor class very early on here could be pretty huge for us. Holy cow, Zom. You've been busy little beaver in the background while I haven't been paying attention. This is awesome. I hope we get to keep most of these. I mean, ER being reduced, great for dodging. See Invisible and Clarity. I mean, I don't know why I say these in the same breath, because Clarity is top tier, one of the best mutations. See Invisible is nice, very convenient, but not strictly necessary. But still looking pretty dang solid on the mutation front. Holy cow. And there we go. We get long blades up to 14, because I swear at some point we'll switch back into using our long blades. For the time being, looks like a bit of a silly choice, but hopefully pans out. Ooh. Were these here naturally, or did Zom do something? Because I do like the idea of having a box of beasts surrounded by beasts of the box. That's very cute. But should be able to take care of the larval state sons of guns here. Maybe? 23 health. Brainworms are indifferent to me. Well, I'll use my last heal wounds, I guess, and then hope that all these sons of guns just duke it out. Oh, the shock bat, oh, is the worst option. Holy cow, takes us out in one hit? No! After all of that. Well, Outlet Fork, you did your best out there, kiddo. Holy moly. Well, that very much took a tumble quickly. Of course, gotta love Zom for throwing us out there. I still think there was potential to get through that. With a bit of luck. With a bit of... I guess we had the Paralysis Wand. I should have checked out the Paralysis Wand. When we were sitting there at the end, I mean, I didn't expect it to be one-hit finale. But I guess, you know, examining enemies, always important, especially when they're weird, hybrid beasts that we'd never witnessed before. But hey, it is what it is. Let's take a drink while we just debate if we want to jump right back in with Zom or switch it up. In fact, saying at a bit of a strange middle point here, but hopefully I can remember to cut this right, because unfortunately I do have to take a short break here. Left home alone this evening without the better half, so I do need to run out, just pour some food for dog. But hey, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, and we'll jump back in. Maybe one more Zom Coglin for old time's sake. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see you. A sweetie. We'll see if she's feeling a bit more camera savvy here today. It's been a long while since we had the pup on stream, but we'll jump in here, starting with similar initial bout, of course, all the same skills, all that good stuff, and of course the seed for any of you lovely folks playing along at home. Fantastic. Could run a Merfolk Fighter of Oka online at some point for the testing phase of the sudden death tournament scripts. You know what? If I have time, I will definitely check that out. Merfolk Fighter? Trying to think in my head what the cosplay is there, because Merfolks, I think of Ilsui, but I probably wouldn't go with Fighter start Ilsui. So I know a lot of time the cosplays are, you know, a best approximation of a species that's not available for players, but is around for monsters. Oh, I don't know if my brain is at all functional enough to get to the bottom of that little mystery, but we will switch into the scale mail right away again. I think that worked out for us decently last time around, and otherwise we jump into this, hold hands, and jump into the abyss together. It's for the Donald Crawl cosplay challenge too. Okay, cool. I guess you needed something with a bit of water affinity in order to be accurate to our foul friend, as it were. So that does make sense. Zom is getting bored. Please chill for just a moment, Zom. I promise. I'm working on it. I'm trying to jump into the deep end. Okay, we're back to being in a positive spot with Zom. Oh, whoa. Autopilot? Please don't run me into a group of gnolls. We just got started on this run. And yeah, if a single gnoll with a club is a problem child, a whole pack with reaching weapons, probably not really in our purview to handle quite yet. Not at this moment. Exactly, yeah. No, I like that. Very clever. See, that is the kind of clever connection that I was trying to grasp at straws for. So I appreciate you coming in to set the record, because I could have been at it for far too long. You know, with the increased defense of the +3 scale mail, I'm actually feeling good enough to take care of our gnoll pals. Hello, Oka. I think that might be a big difference maker in the little test run I had time to jump into the other day as a Coglin stabber. I think part of why it was so successful was Oka, pretty solid option. You know, getting a plethora of throwing ammunition, and on top of that, having the ability to increase your attack speed completely negates the revving. And then also just makes for some crazy damage output once you do get that engine fully turning and churning, you know? Hello, So, Zin, you were another one that I was debating. Earlier today, thinking about what we felt like playing. I think some of the good gods were on the list as well. I do believe we've already completed the Shining one. Would need to double check my spreadsheet on that, but that sounds right from my vague recollection. Then Zin is a pretty solid addition to most kind of sword and board characters. In this case, not so much board and more of a sword and sword, of course, with Coglin, but nonetheless, the point stands that Zin is oftentimes a pretty good match, just because you get the chance as just a nice little auxiliary effect rather than being... Oof. Oh, and I'm lethally poisoned? Well, hopefully this is curing. Lignification technically also saves my life, so can't complain. Then we'll jump in with you kids. If I could get... Oh, I wanted just one of you. 22 AC. That's the ticket. Just when in doubt, turn into a tree. Cross your fingers and hope it all falls out nicely for us there. You know, again, turn into a tree normally sounds like the type of thing that, like, spurned God's lover would do to you. That's some, like, sleep with Zeus and Hera turns you into a tree type shenanigans. But in this case, I'm not complaining whatsoever. And fantastic. Ah, Sigmund. Hello, my friend. Oh, and an invisible Sigmund. To what do I owe the pleasure, sir? Okay, something is hitting us from afar. I'm guessing Sigmund is trying to throw some confusion at the wall, see what sticks. I mean, we waited out the invisibility. Oh, wait. God hasted and mighted, but turned neutral. And my animated armor just bodies you. Holy. Well, that's one way to take care of life's problems, I guess. Zom giveth and Zom taketh away. Oh, definitely turn auto pickup back on, though. Walked right by that potion, but we'll get it eventually. Gotta love Auto Explore for just making our life that much easier here. And I don't think we'll swap up to a better sword. There's something to be said for that. I mean, in our axe run, one of our first gets, or like goals, I guess, was trying to find another axe. I mean, I should have been running away from that fight as soon as I saw 2 orc priests, but I thought, hey, let's roll the dice. You know, what's the worst that could happen? +4 Dagger of Chaos. Probably fits the bill on terrible things happening. But it does mean a little bit of a treat for me. Double Chaos, anyone? Zom? You better be creaming your jeans up there, buddy. I do this for you. And, you know, you repaid me by not dropping me into the middle of death and destruction. Almost did. You teased it a bit, you know. Again, that good mix of letting us know where we stand, but also, in the end, being what we truly needed as a group. So I appreciate it. Let's try to blind you. Very low odds that it works out, but I thought it was worth the attempt. You know what? Probably gonna die here anyway. Let's die doing what we loved. Turning into a tree, baby. That polearm knoll in the back, potentially an issue if I don't remove tree status. Wait, I thought there was one with a polearm. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Don't think about that too hard. Unfortunately, the answer you may arrive at is yes, this has always been the case. Nothing new to see here. Keep moving along. And not too shabby. Okie dokie. Well, I mean, it always from the start was kind of in line to be an interesting run. The double chaos, I think, is just going to extend that further, amplify the interesting nature of this run, to put it lightly. Let's see how, if and how, we can make this work, shall we? We do have a couple stacks of 4 scrolls. I don't have any main scroll stack that, you know, calls out to me as ID. So I think we will have to hold up there. Another lig potion. So you're saying we have another get out of jail free card? When has lignification not worked out for us? But there we go. Okay, we're able to take care of the warrior. Bit of agony between friends. Thanks, my impish pal. Battle sphere that we can't do anything with. Not exactly going to be the barn burner, the page turner that we were looking out for. Needle has remained unchanged and all that, but still can't complain. And we should be able to finish off this floor unless Zom has any more interesting ideas to throw our way. Orc wizard, not too much of an issue. We have clarity, we have poison resistance, electricity resistance. I mean, fire vulnerability does suck, but I can't complain too much. I need to be paying a bit more attention, I think, to what Zom is throwing at the wall. It's oftentimes hard to really pay attention, especially since mutations just roll through so fast that oftentimes they're gone before we can really appreciate and enjoy what they bring to the table. Alright, Joseph. Nope. I was about to say I'm hoping that we get lucky with the chaos effects. Unfortunately, does not seem to be the case. On the flip side of that, Joseph can just be pillar danced. And here I thought pillar dancing is no longer a thing. Okay, might is gone. So is it time? We could try to heal up to full. Means that Joseph will likely also heal up to full. But I think that's worth it. Okay, you did get a shot off. That's fine. Alrighty, let's do this. Let's do this dance one more time, shall we? Joe, I mean, haste is a problem. Haste and might. No. That's not what we were looking for. Paralyze, 32% chance. We have 3 charges. Some may call that the perfect coincidence. And never doubt in my mind. Hell yeah, brother. Oh me oh my. I should definitely switch off these chaos brands sooner rather than later, but what can I say? I'm a sucker for a little bit of chaos in our lives. Son of a gun. Oh, Vampiric War Axe. Any given Sunday, we'd probably be running axes with our Coglin, but the one day I try to do a dex run, is it worth swapping at this stage in our run? I mean, it's not horrible. We could stick with our blades and just start training axes in the background. Let's do a quick check. Okay, otherwise just regular war axes. Is it worth it? Do I drop everything for a vampiric axe? I've already thrown a lot of decks in. Let's not do so immediately. I think it might be, you know, if we were streaking, we were somebody who was imbued with the slightest amount of intelligence, then maybe that would be the call for us here today. But as is, let's just dive in. As we're sitting, as we're feeling, and see how she goes, shall we? Prince Ribbit shouldn't be too much of a problem as long as we don't get bad rolls on the chaos, and that does indeed seem to be the case. Oh my gosh, we get a +3 falchion. Okay, slightly fewer chaotic effects. Zom, be chill about this, please. You understand, right, buddy? It's that the falchion of chaos well, amazing in its chaotic nature, don't get me wrong, it was still, it was merely a spectral afterimage of the real chaos that you could imbue, and out of respect and honor of our relationship, you and I, Zom, how could I possibly settle for an inferior product? So we're gonna get rid of that chaos and just fly true to you as our Lord and Savior, another falchion. In fact, I think it's time. Swap out. I'm going to keep both chaos weapons in our inventory as a bit of an homage until we feel the need to make some room. But until that point, while we no longer have any egos on our weapons, I think that our overall potential has gone up quite significantly with that. Jeez Louise. I mean, I could try to paralyze you. I should not do this, but it does pay off. I guess we do have decent damage with the enchantments that we have running right now. Our slain bonuses are just off the charts, up the wazoo, and all that good stuff. So I won't complain too much about that. Hello, what a group. We're lucky that the sleep caps didn't put us out a little bit earlier in that encounter, otherwise it might have been a fairly quick end for us all, but as is, no issues whatsoever, and that is fantastic. Okie dokie. Well, we're not really fully prepped for lair. I mean, we wouldn't do horribly. Jesus. I know you may have been confused, game, by the fact that our previous encounter with the two-headed ogre went so well that you think, I mean, what could possibly go wrong with just tossing another two-headed problem in there? And while I respect that opinion, yikes, this is rough. Let's get some more poison. We lig up for the increased defenses, and then we just damage race. And fortunately, it does work out in our favor, though I do think fortune had quite a bit to do with that, more so than any kind of innate ability or power. Unfortunately, the neutral things killing enemies, I don't believe gave us any experience, so slightly robbed there, but not the end of the world. And we can just get back to our usual routine, prodding, poking, and all that good stuff on each and one of our old buddy old pals here. Fantastic. On the lookout. I mean, we still want to switch into better weapons. This is also quite interesting. AC goes down by 1. Makes sense, you know, 1 less enchantment. But Rampage, Resist Electricity, and Regen. Rampage is just kind of a nice thing to have, as long as I can remember that it exists and don't put myself into any nasty scenarios. Great. Regen and Arlec is huge on a Coglin character. Slay -6, though? I mean, it depends on how these slay bonuses are calculated. If I am getting +8, then all comes out in a bit of a wash, I guess. Well, let's dive in and see. Also, let's see what this artifact ring is, so we know just how sad we should be. Why did I do this? Poison resistance, willpower, increases dex, and increases slain. Wow, that's so cool to see. Not at all sad or disappointing. A Cyclops, man? Well, let's stab these sons of guns as they try to make the approach, and then I just leave for now. I'm gonna have to deal with that Cyclops some way, somehow. But let's put that off, if at all possible, shall we? Jump into a bit more of a defensible position as well. Fantastic. And there we have it. Nothing we can handle. Did I get... Okay, I did get 1 Curar. So, you're saying there's a chance that we can beat that that Cyclops in a less than fair fight, shall we say. Otherwise, though, I'll probably go with the same skills overall. I do like getting Evo up a little bit earlier than normal on a Coglin. And you, my friend, probably worthy of a bit of Curar yourself. Especially with the slowing effect. Oof. Fortunately not popping off as well with you, my polearm pal, but shouldn't be the end of the world. Slow them down and gobble them up. We did use up one of our darts there, still have the one remaining. Hopefully that will be all that's required. If and when we do run into the Cyclops, I mean, it'd be nice if it just wasn't a consideration. Not something we had to face here today, but that's fine. Also, you know, earlier when I said, we don't need to do our scrolls, we're not sure which one's the good stack. Well, that turning point probably came a long, long time ago, and yet here I am, still not having read any of them. Alright, I don't want to stand on a downstairs, I generally want to stand on an upstairs when I read random scrolls. Zom, please, I know you're bored, just chill for but a moment. If I could have but a few moments of your time, I promise you we will get right back into the excitement sooner than you think, shall we say. Still 5 more scrolls, so let's just keep burning through here. We do get brand weapon. It's probably not worth me throwing brand weapon on something yet.